Kamara Drive-In. It's the coach. This is NFL football on EA Sports. Coming up, 2017 Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alvin Kamara, fresh off a big performance a week ago, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the New Orleans Saints. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime, but kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. An early season tilt, and when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And their quarterback, well, everyone knows he's got height, standing at 6'6".
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back to throw. Herbert, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. But look now at the starters defensively for the Broncos. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. On 3rd down, Herbert. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll find Lindsey here.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Out of the gun now on third down. He's got his tight end Fant. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. A look at the numbers a week ago for Lindsay. 19 carries, 63 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to him early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
On third down, Taylor. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. 2nd and 3. A quick throw, but incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick.
Holding, defense.
Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
They'll set up to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Back to throw. He's got Jake Butt, his tight end. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. This is the tight end, Fant. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Got an open man. It's Fumagalli. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
56 is Mike. 56 is Mike.
Back to throw here. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Mike's 56. Let's put him on the buses. Let's get it.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
56, right there, 56. Too little, cupcake.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Going quickly here to Thomas. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. The numbers for Thomas from last week's effort. 3 catches, 60 yards.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
That's it.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Brings up second down.
To throw on second down. Herbert, and brought in by the tight end Cook. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Open man is Michael Thomas. 33 yards that time.
On third down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the first down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert, that'll be complete to Cook. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jared Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints have taken the lead. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is what, 3-to-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll try the draw, Lindsey. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now back to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Back to throw. Herbert. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And they work this well upfield across the 45. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. Off play action. Herbert out to his left. He's going to take off with it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Herbert, he'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And this is going to wind up a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Ooh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This will be fielded at the 17.
Get ready.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
On 2nd down, Kamara. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? Let's go. What you got, Heavy?
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's complete to Jake Butt. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They'll drop the throw, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the counter, Lindsey. Credit the tackle there to Aaron Lynch. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up a lot. And now look at him go. 30, 20, 10. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. In for the score. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further.
Let's go.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead is now 13. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. The field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. That's going to set them back 5 yards. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Here's Lindsey. He'll have a first down past the 40. It's a foot race past the 20 and all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsey, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are back within a single score. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Extra point good by Prater, and that will shave one more off this lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Back to throw. Herbert. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, the big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Here's Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They're going to look to throw. He dumps it underneath for Taylor. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
He'll look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, only thing larger than his name is wingspan as he knocks that one away. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Michael Thomas and the rest of the Saints offense. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the 2nd quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all of those things? But the best players show up each and every week. Solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again.
Defense.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. This is complete to Michael Thomas. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch a game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out there to start their next drive, Phillip Lindsay and the Broncos. Now, he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They'll look to throw here. And Sanders has got it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll set up a throw. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. They'll run on first down. It's Lindsay, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
56, check 56. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Second and 13. Got a man open. It's Sutton. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Back to throw. He'll find Lindsay here. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field. They'll set up to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. 3rd and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Personal foul.
Well, let's see who this is on.
Defense.
I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert, that's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. 10 yards, good for his Saints 1st down. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. This is Murray. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Justin Simmons on the tackle. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Herbert. That's complete right around the 8. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
Steps away. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. 2nd and goal from the 1. 2nd and 1. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From a yard out. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Touchdown, Saints. Will Lutz lining up for the point after.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Lutz with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 11. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. On first down, he'll drop to throw. This is the tight end Fant. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Looking to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage. Sets
him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Looking to throw. Herbert, he's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun. Herbert. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
And there was a good opportunity that just went awry there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On 2nd down now. It's Lindsey. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Herbert. That's complete to his running back, Kamara.
I call it no gain there on the first down play. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down, Herbert. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Muhammad Wilkerson able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this 3rd quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. From the gun, Herbert. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on first. 2nd and 4. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Herbert flushed out right. And an alley to run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 5. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 10 yards, good for his Saints, 1st down.
Come on now, let's go.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. On the ground, Kamara. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the Broncos' 46-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. Thomas has got it. Complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 33.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And brought in by the tight end Cook. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one will be accepted. To throw on 2nd down. Herbert going with a screen for Murray.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Herbert. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense. You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. He completes this to Sutton. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 40. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. On 2nd down, it's Lindsey, and he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. The give to Taylor. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Prater on to add the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. That time a 6-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Looking to throw. Herbert. He may try and run for this. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Throwing on first down. Herbert. And Thomas has it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11. On first down, Herbert. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The former first-round pick, Kareem Jackson, there defensively. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 33. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Again, it's Kamara. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Offense.
Instead of the first, they'll have to go backwards for another 2nd down try.
So if there is a silver lining, though, it stays 2nd down, and they still have an opportunity to pick up a first down before they have to start their downs over again.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The tight end Josh Hill was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now Kamara. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
They can't stop you, son.
They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the fourth quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for two.
I got him. Kill.
From the gun, Herbert. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The Broncos in the hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. Looking to throw. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. That time a 9-play drive. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. And the Saints are going to get to this one, so that should about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for New Orleans, the preparation pays off as they pick up their first win on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.